Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. Here, this is the spot where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Welcome home, Brains. There's only one requirement to hang out on the edge, is that you open your big brain and close your small mind. Did you bring your thinking caps? It's time to put them on, because the conversation starts now. Here we go. Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. You're at your favorite spot, the location, the place where the conversations are pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. And today we're in Massachusetts. Yes, with Donna Barron. Donna is a certified life, dating, sex, and relationship energy healing coach. And you know, intimacy is one of my favorite topics because I'm a beast. But how do you get there, and how do you be alone and not lonely? You know, what about self-care? You have to take care of yourself before you can penetrate anybody else in any kind of way. You can have all the great conversation, all the pretty clothes, all the cosmetic surgery, but what is at the core, the heart center, and how do you attract the right people? Because dating is so different than it used to be. I mean, you used to go somewhere across your leg and, wink at the guy at the other end of the bar and he'll send you a drink and, you have a conversation and all that kind of stuff. Now it's online with this sex texting. So who knows, what are people looking for? How do you separate the wheat from the straw? So we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more with Donna. Welcome, Donna.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love your plant in the back.
Oh, thank you.
I saw that. No, I do, because I went yesterday to the beach, day before yesterday, and I picked up a bunch of seaweed.
Oh, nice.
And so I put that in my plant, and I mean, it is growing like
really?
Love. It's growing like love. So how did you find yourself in this space? And talk to us a little bit about love and what that looks like.
All right. So how I found myself in this space is I married against my mother's will, my high school sweetheart. And after 22 years and 3 children later, I decided to get divorced. Things just weren't, and it was not an amicable divorce. It was very challenging for sure. And then, I was lucky enough to be able to buy my own little house. I bought a house that was built in 1850. It was really old. And I moved the 3 kids in there, and it was challenging. He was already off with someone else, and I was all by myself with the 3 kids most of the time. So I ended up finally finding the guy. I did a lot of work on myself. I did a real lot of work on myself. I was dating a lot. I was lonely. I was frustrated. He already had someone he was living with, and I just
wait. You took me a little fast on that. Who had somebody they was living with?
My ex-husband. He was already with someone else right away, and I was all by myself. So,
well, let me ask you a quick question. Is he
sure?
Is he with that somebody now?
No.
Okay.
Nope. He is not.
That box. But anyway, go ahead.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, and then I dated like younger versions of him, other versions of him. Like I kept kind of dating the same type of person. Like it was like, oh, this is a pattern. Like I felt like I ran this, did this already.
But after 22 years, I mean, it was embedded in you, was ingrained in you, and so
yeah, but it wasn't a healthy relationship for me. That's the thing. It wasn't healthy,
But the duration. I've been married 39 years.
Very nice. Congratulations.
And I can say that I absolutely adore the one I got, baby. I would scratch a woman's eyes out. She come near him. I get it. I get it. But it takes work. So 22 years though, there was some good in there, but you struggled and you had the 3 kids. So that was a lot.
Yeah, he's a narcissistic, emotionally, physically abusive, emotionally and verbally abusive for the most part. And that's so hard to tell because it's so like mind, hurts my brain, the things that he did, the things he said to me, the night before someone actually was like, you know what, I think you need to go see a lawyer. And the night before I went to go see the lawyer, he told me I was fat, ugly, and stupid. And the only reason why we had anything was because of him. And I pretty much have been the same weight since high school. I luckily have, really maintained it. And it was like, okay, that was an eye opener,
Well,
red flag.
smart, intelligent, intuitive, powerful. I could give you a whole bunch of other adjectives. And there's a whole lot of women that are out there too. And women, what you have to understand is take note to what Donna is saying. Abuse comes in a lot of different forms. Just because they don't physically put their hands on you, what they imprint in your brain, and when you look at that in the mirror and you see this reflection, you start to believe that. And
Absolutely.
then they physically, then they financially handicap you. They alienate you. They even turn the kids against you.
Oh yeah, he tried that.
There's a lot of abuse that goes on in a relationship. So as we fast forward, and you say, you know what, I'm tired of this noise. I'm out of here. Where did you begin to start finding who Donna really is?
So I was dating and dating, like I said, attracting the same person over and over again. And I was like I'm getting closer, but not close enough. And then I just remember I had one guy, I had check marked everything. I listed everything out I wanted in a guy. And then I listed everything I didn't want out in a guy. So I did a lot of work on myself. I did watch podcasts, YouTube. I read some books. I was really working on myself. And I decided you know what? There's this one guy I really liked, and then it didn't end up working out. And I did think he was boring. We weren't even living together, and I was already like, is this it? Is this the rest? Even though he check marked all the boxes, I was like, is this it? And that's when I was just like, you know what? I don't need another guy to save me. I don't need another guy for anything but company to have fun with, someone to do something.
And a little maintenance.
And yeah, I was working on that. You got that right.
Yeah, but they got a phone number, 1-800-DOLLAR-FREAK. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So,
you can do all that by yourself, but it's still a lot more fun to have someone to
absolutely
do it with, right?
Sometimes when you by yourself, nobody's there to talk to,
right?
But there's nobody to make you the sandwich afterwards either.
Yeah, the sandwich. I love that. You're hysterical. You are too funny. That is so funny. So yeah, that's what I wanted. And I finally realized that I don't need a guy for anything. Because when I at first was like, oh my God, I got my own house. I got the kids all the time. Even though he didn't help me a lot, just that little bit sometimes made a difference. Right. I tag team him, you're tag, you're it with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
And now I found myself doing everything. And after this didn't work out with that one last relationship, I listed everything out, and I ended up giving up on the Gemini thing because I'm like, some people don't. I just didn't want anything that my ex was. Contractor, if they came over and messed up clothes, they were construction. No, total turn off because someone else.
Did you check his fingernails and the palms of his hands for calluses? I get you.
Yes.
I get you. Yeah. And heaven forbid he take off those boots.
Right? I was just like, I ain't doing that, and I'm not doing Geminis either because he was such a Gemini with
bring
that other one back.
Yeah, the Geminis. I've had a couple, and they are work.
Yeah. Yes. Work. So I did give up on the Gemini, and then I did radius, and I also updated my profile just to say I want someone to grow old together with.
Okay, wait. You didn't tell me about that part. So you did all this work on yourself, but you started online dating.
And I was online dating. That's how I found everyone I was dating.
Let's stop there and pause a minute because I want to talk a little bit about online dating because, girl, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said.
Oh, I can tell you plenty.
I remember when it used to be what was the term, girl? I'm a catch. You throw out a wide net and you put on your super cute and your perfume and again, you sit at the bar and you make eye contact and then it goes from there. But now men have been emasculated to a point where in physical normal contact or contest, they're challenged. Oh, you're being too aggressive, or you're being sexist, or you're this, or you're that. I love a man to tell me, oh, you look pretty, or you smell good, or
Mm,
this, that, or the other. It makes the feminine in me even stronger. So
absolutely.
now you start this online dating. Tell me about I don't even know what those sites look like. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should come, but then Mr. Magnificent catch me in there, and then I gotta explain all that. But
Yeah,
what
right.
is this online dating? Did someone tell you, this is a website you should go and try, or this is just something that you explored on your own?
A little bit of both because I was doing the getting dressed up my every other weekend, and half the time he didn't come and get him on his weekend. So I was finding really limited time to go out. I had three little kids. My daughter was 2, my oldest was 8. So 2, 5, and 8.
Mm,
And I ended up after a while working from home. So I was like, well, I'm not meeting anyone working from home. I'm not really meeting anyone when I go out to the bars. And I didn't really want someone from the bar because I just had someone from the bar. I just divorced him, you
mm,
know,
right,
and I
right.
didn't want that anymore. So I ended up saying, I think the only way I'm going to find a guy is to go online. So I went online, and I think someone recommended the site Plenty of Fish, but I'm not sure. It was a free site. I know since COVID, all the dating on world dating got saturated, so it's been a lot crazier. But we found each other on Plenty of Fish. He was a single dad. His second marriage, he had full custody of his son, and he had a daughter he was paying a ton of child support with. And guess what he was? A freaking
Gemini.
Gemini.
But you know what?
I couldn't give that up.
I can't say this from my experience. They can be quite stimulating and quite creative. That's that fire
Yes.
sign in them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So now you go into one of these sites
I go in one of these
and
sites.
you put in it's like a personal resume you fill out.
Yeah.
What's like?
Yeah. You put a profile. So you can put
Okay.
a picture, you put like other pictures if you want. You can put whatever kind of pictures you want in there. Tell you a little bit about myself. You also fill out some things like I wanted non-smoking. I didn't want to have any more children. I got my tubes tied, so I couldn't have more children. So I wanted someone that did not want children. So I kind of went down that list. And
Okay. So now you tick all the boxes. So Donna, you get this profile, you tick the boxes, but like me, I need to see your receipts. I want okay, I want to know your mama's name, your blood type, uh damn near your credit report.
do you ask that when you were at the bar though?
Um, I think I asked a lot of good questions before to get down.
Yeah.
And it was a couple times before. What do you think about that going home with somebody? Before you answered my previous question, what do you think about that going home and exploring a relationship, intimate relationship, the first night?
No.
No,
Doesn't work. I've talked to many women. I've done it. It just does
yeah,
not work. One night stand. I think there has been like maybe one, but they kind of knew like, yeah, no. I don't
because what does long? Well, I believe in longevity. Again, I want to know a little bit about you.
absolutely.
I want
Yeah.
to know at a certain age too, people are going to come with some stuff. They're going to come with some kids. They're going to
Oh
have some
yeah.
bad credit. They got a bad hip. They got some bad teeth. They've been on drugs or alcohol. They got an ex-wife, bad credit. We have to understand what are our boundaries, what are our limits. So you go
Absolutely.
through all of this, you tick the boxes, you meet the guy,
So you reach out to a guy or they
and
reach out to you. Like some sites have like little winks, they get little matches. Some like mine, the site I just like say hi, how you doing? And I just kind of went that way. And after a
do you
while I
have to
realized
pay for the site?
I did a free site. But
Okay.
if this wasn't going to work out with this guy, I was ready to go over to a paid site.
A girlfriend of mine said that she went to a paid site and there was nobody. There was nobody until she paid for it, and then when she paid for it, then she got a laundry list. But also the catfishing, because people are gonna lie. They're gonna tell you that they are 150 pounds and they 450.
Yes, and I strongly encourage my women, the women that I coach, to put a current picture out there. Or at least even if it's like an old one, because sometimes I have some old ones that I still pretty much look the same. Maybe my hair's a little bit shorter or fixed style
Mm-hmm.
differently, but
Mm-hmm.
put a current picture out there.
They send their representative. They don't want to show their flaws. They
I've
want
had where I've gone out to meet a guy and I was like, he definitely photoshopped that picture because he looked way cuter in the picture than in person.
wow.
Yeah,
You do
I was
yourself a
pissed.
disservice, because they're going to, if you're looking really for a serious relationship, you're going to have to peel back the layers of that onion.
You are. You're gonna have to show your true colors. So you might as well just do it at, from the beginning. Like, hey, this is how I look.
So you started, after you went through all of this, when did you decide to make this, your jam, to help other women
So,
find love?
okay, so, I finally met the guy. It took 5 years and then we ended up, moving in together and then he got me a ring. And that's when I was just like, this is a really nice relationship. Then I ended up falling on Tony Robbins and I went to one of his events.
Yeah.
My son was really challenged and I was not putting him back in the hospital. We went to an event instead. So, changed my life.
Yeah.
Came home, did another reevaluation of my life, like, hate my job. There's got to be more because I was asking myself, like, is this it? Like, okay, now I got the job from home. I got the guy. I got the kids. Like, is this it? And I go to an event and I come home and I'm like, I want to learn what he does because I didn't feel like I was helping my children even enough. Like, my son was like, oh, my girlfriend, he constantly complained. And my advice was like, get another one. Just go break up with her. Get another one.
It's not
Not good
easy for
advice.
the, no, especially when they're young, they really don't
Not,
know how to bounce back. They take it
no.
so personally. They really do. To
It's
their own
hard.
detriment. And
Even at no matter what age, it's hard. It's a heartbreaker. So that's when I was like, okay, I want to learn this so I can be better mother to my children. So I ended up, don't you know, a coaching program fell right on my lap. Guy was super nice, helped financed it for me and everything. I learned so much. Then I had some problems with my other house, so I dropped it and then I picked it back up. Went to another Tony Robbins event because I bought his package and met a platinum partner, which is like one of his group things he has. And she's the one, come join my thing and blah, blah, blah. So I joined her thing and it was all about creating a course online and selling it. And that's how you bring your coaching business online. So, and she said, what's something breaknecking thing that you got over? And I'm like, I was single for a long time. And it was sucked, especially when he's shacked up with someone else. Like, excuse my French, but it wasn't fun and it wasn't funny. So she was like, that's it. You help single women who are lonely and frustrated attract their ideal partner when they think it's impossible. And I was like, okay. And then I kind of hemmed and hawed over that. Like, what if I can't? What if it's so black and white? Like,
right,
they work with me for 3 months. They don't find their guy because it's kind of divine timing. They have free will. So then
right.
I went through this whole met up with this other coach and I've taken so many courses and so many groups and I did this whole healing thing too. Now I'm trying to do coaching. You got to put yourself out there. Like, I had a coach, one of my first coaches, I let him go because he was like, you got to do a Facebook Live and say what you do, who you are, and,
Right.
promote yourself. And I could not do it. And
Well,
finally I
look
was just
at
like,
you. You're here on the edge with me
and
promoting
now
it
look at
now.
me, 4 years later?
But again, timing is everything, just like the relationship. And a
Absolutely.
lot of people don't give themselves time to love themselves and be in love with themselves and know what they want.
Absolutely. I teach
You
them
can
that too.
manifest, I want a husband. Well, you could get a real booger wolf, you
It's,
know.
you got to be specific
You got to
what
be
you want.
specific. You got to be specific as what you want. And again, you got to know your boundaries. You have to know your limitations. You have to know what
Hmm.
you're going to accept. And what does love feel like? Love is different for everybody. There's some
Absolutely.
women that and men that have experienced trauma. They don't
Right.
understand what passion is. There are some people that have been suppressed, women that have never had orgasms. They don't know what a real freak daddy can do for them. And also your kids. You have to take that into consideration, single women, on who you are introducing to your children.
Oh, yeah.
Are you bringing into their world? What is influence? And if there's some funny business and they tell you that something, because you know what? Women are lonely and they're vulnerable. Oh, he's so nice. And, he's going to pay the rent and he'll do this and he'll do that. But he's doing some other stuff too. Okay.
Right.
Or she's doing some other stuff because she's manipulating the kids because of the jealousy that she feels from the ex-wife. There's a lot of mental back
Oh,
and forth.
so many dynamics when it comes to
So what you have to do is
relationships,
you have to listen to your kids though
divorce.
first. You have to continue to sacrifice because you don't want to subject them to that. And they're looking at you as a template, parents. They're saying, you know what? Mama never got it right. Mama was with all these men that were, drinking and drugging and not paying bills and this, that, and the other. Or look at the loving relationship. My mother took 5 years to do the deep dive, to look at herself, make the investment, and now she has the bandwidth and the capacity to coach other women. What do women have to look forward to when they work with you, Donna?
They get to look forward to. So I help them over. First of all, I get really clear. We help create a dating manifesto, getting really clear on what you want, who you're going to become, your identity. And then once we have that solidified, I do a lot of inner healing to like, especially with the hot chakras. I'm going to include like a special meditation for all the chakras, clearing all the chakras, each one separately. So they get that. And I help them open up their hearts. I do a lot of super conscious transformation too. I do a lot of energy healing with them. And I get them to like open up their hearts to receive. I do some past healing because a lot of times women we don't even realize that things happen to us when we were a young child are meanings that we took into this age of our lives, and we need to
Okay.
let go of
Or
that and
you, like I
feel
said,
them.
or the epigenetics, your mama stuff, your grandmother stuff.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. All the hereditary stuff that you brought in, like ancestor stuff that, and I heal some of that. I became a womb shaman because I noticed like I push a lot of my feelings down.
Oh
We
wow.
hold our feelings in our womb, and I help them to clear all of that out. And so that they can really like women just like skyrocket right
Because of the
after that.
shame too. And if you've had sexual trauma,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
you're stuck in that space that you feel that you're not worthy of love or intimacy, or you have this strange expectation of what that should look like or feel like.
Hmm.
So you have really done a lot of work. Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Yes, I've done, like I said, I've taken so many coaching and courses. I've probably spent over $400,000 in the past 4 years. It's
Wow.
like I did like a whole, bachelor's degree in Earth
Mm,
School, and now I'm doing numerology, and I've got into tarot and
wow.
some oracle cards. So I'm going to
Well,
use
you know
that
what? It
too.
sounds it sounds like you're really exploring your feminine energy.
I am.
You're exploring your goddess, your inner goddess.
Absolutely.
So when you're doing that, you're doing some soul searching too.
Oh yeah, I've done a lot of soul searching.
What do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be so that women can remember that I help them to attract their ideal partner and to open up their heart chakra and heal from any of their past, traumas that they might have, some limiting beliefs that they have. Definitely get over some fears because for me, just to become a coach, I got a lot of fear working on, that's for sure, and some procrastination. So I help women with that. And like I said, and I do a lot of energy healing work. We work with some affirmations. It's just going to be it's amazing. My 3 and 6 month program are incredible. Where I'm extending it to a year program now.
Are we going to do some sound baths and just lay in some saris on the ground with some dark covering over our eyes and have a sound bath? You're laughing.
Yes,
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
love those sound baths.
Girl,
Yeah,
those sound baths are something else. They
they
are
are.
it changes, when you change the megahertz, you change your whole frequency. You come out of that a whole
Absolutely.
different person. So I want to ask you some fun questions real quick before we close. Um, if you were a flower in the garden, Donna Barron, what flower would you be?
I would be a rose. I even
Oh,
named my daughter's middle name Rose.
oh, why would you be a rose?
They're just my favorite flower. They smell so good. I have a rose bush outside. I love it so much. And I love when my husband buys me red roses. They're my favorite.
Mm.
I
What would
think because
you
they're
tell
kind
it
of rare.
exactly? What would you tell a younger self? What would you tell a younger Donna?
Listen to your intuition and listen to my mother. Can I say? I did tell her when I was getting divorced. All right, mom, I should have listened to you. And she told me to be a teacher. And here I am doing coaching, being a teacher, when I went for engineering. Okay.
Mama knows. If you were an appliance in the kitchen, what appliance would you be?
I was appliance in the kitchen. Oh, that's a good one. I have the stove. I want to be all nice and hot and ready to go.
See, I'm the polar opposite. I want to be the refrigerator. I'm just gonna let it chill. And if it gets out of control, I'm just gonna freeze you out. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. If you were a car, what kind of car would you be?
Ooh, my first car came to mind was like a Mustang, some nice fancy like little maybe a Porsche. Some then when I put the top down when I moved to Florida, not in Massachusetts, but
Well, but that means that you are, you're quick and slick.
there you go. I love
And
that.
there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And you're brilliant. Um, what would you tell a woman that's struggling right now to find love? What would be your advice? Where would she start?
There is a lot of that to go into. What I would tell her is that there is someone out there for you. If you really want someone and believe that there is someone out there for you, and love on yourself. Absolutely. Exactly what April said. Like, you really do. Give yourself that time to love yourself, get to know yourself. What do you like? What you don't like? And really create those boundaries. Like, if this is a must have in my relationship and this is a must not, he has to have a job, and a must not is smoking and drinking and, obviously abusive language, being abusive in general. So,
And I'm
you
gonna
know,
tell you another quick tip, brains. Mommy issues. Mommy issues are a key indicator of how a man is going to treat you.
yes.
My husband loved the ground his mother walked on, and my mother
Uh,
lived here for 30 years with us. Everybody got along fine. It was wonderful. But he would come home as she was transitioning. He would go check on her before he checked on me.
mm,
And it was the love and the compassion. Listen to how a man refers to women, how he talks about, does he call them bitches? And, are they annoying, or this broad that works with him? Listen to the vernacular. It's a key indicator. Do you also work with gay and lesbian couples? The dynamics and love and relationship are different now. I couldn't imagine me being in love with a woman. I'd scratch her eyes out. But do you work with gay
I
couples?
do. I have some gay and lesbian women in my group. I do have some in my group. Yes, I primarily work with women right now. I have had a couple clients that were men, but for the most part, it's women. So, and I
Now
do
let me
kind of focus women on to men. So
okay.
I don't.
Now and again, I'm not a lesbian, and I'm asking this as an inquiry brain. So sit up straight, okay? But you get all wadded up. Now, love is love, and working with women partners in love and finding love, do you find that I'm sure that it's different. Do you find it not complicated, but challenging? Being a heterosexual woman, working with lesbian women, the dynamic,
No, because I could probably say this on camera that that's kind of what broke, not what broke. So my ex-husband wanted a threesome and pushed me into having a relationship with a woman who was lesbian.
mm,
And so I tried the lesbian thing and it didn't work out for me. And they're wonderful people. I had so much fun with the lesbian community.
right, right.
So I relate, and I've had a lesbian client. I have lesbian women in my group. I can relate to them because I know what it's like, even though I'm with the heterosexual, because men are just so much more easier.
Right. Well, yeah, you can kind of
And more
you can't.
acceptable.
Yeah, but it is the polyamorous. I'm surprised. He just wanted to get his
He
entertainment
wanted
on.
his cake and eat it too.
Well, let me tell
That's
you,
how he
what
already
did he
had a
get?
partner when I kicked him out. So yeah,
Wow, and he's not with that partner to this day. But
no,
you are
she's
happy, you are whole, you are healthy, and
best
you are
relationship
loved.
I've ever had in my
Oh,
whole life. Like some days
what
I'm
makes it
still
so
like
special? What makes it so special?
amazed. We're just able to keep it as like the honeymoon phase. Like we're just staying in the honeymoon phase.
Please tell my brains how to get in contact with you, work with you, and let you, help them navigate this thing called love.
All right. Yeah, I have a website, Donna D. Barron Coaching. DonnaDBarronCoaching.com. And then I also have a Facebook. I'm on Facebook, mainly on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, TikTok. And I have a Facebook group called Attracting Love, Dating, and Relationship Tips. So come on over. I put tons of valuable stuff out there. I do a lot of Facebook Lives out there. Same on my profile. I have YouTube channel. I don't have a super lot out there. I'm working on that.
Well, you know what? As long as you have what's important content, we can be
I do.
oversaturated too. And if you're giving them what they need, and this is very intimate work, this is very one-on-one, very personal. It's not, you know, an orgy.
I am rolling out with the course. I taking everything I do with my clients one on one, and I'm creating a course with it. And that's
Okay.
coming out November 18th. I'm launching. That's the first day I want to have the course. So
All
I'm
right. So
launching
what
that
we're going to
now.
do is we're going to play it. All of Donna's contact information is going to be in the back. We're going to be watching for this. And again, go back, rewind, laugh, chuckle, but also take notes. Uh, Take it seriously because you could be looking for love in all the wrong places. Thanks so much, Donna. You are the business. I'm so happy that you're happy.
Thank you.
Brains, go in and find yourself some love right here on the edge. We are here on this YouTube channel as well as Blog Talk, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Podbean, Apple, Google. We are all over the planet spreading love. Thank you so much again, Donna. I appreciate and value you, baby.
Thank you.
All right.